Alright, it's mid-June and it's post-spawn, but not quite yet pre-summer peak. We've had a lot of hot days over the last 4 or 5 days, and the water temp has really shot up from 68 degrees to 76. I'm on a small lake that is known for big bass, and I'm going to do the opposite of slurping sluggos, in that I'm going to fish a sluggo, actually a modified Yurko sluggo from Thorn Brothers, differently than I did in the slop. In the slop I threw it out and fished it fast on the surface just below. Here I'm going to let out anywhere between 60 to 90 feet of line and use my transom trolling motor here to slowly drift with the wind. I'm going to actually sink this sluggo, try to get it down on natural weight into 4 to 8 feet of water and slowly snake it through the outside deep weed edge, in fact even into the weeds. I found that fishing sluggos real slow like this is just deadly on big largemouth bass, and I hope to show you a couple of big ones today using this technique. Again, the real key to this is to just drift this along through the water like a feather in the air, but get it down 4 to 6 feet and gently nudge its way through the weeds. Bass just can't, big bass can't resist this, and I'll get set up here and show you what today's results are going to look like fishing the sluggo this way. What I'm basically doing is I've got the rod handle on my seat and the rod blank on the gunnel. I don't even have my hands on the rod. And I've got about 90 feet of line out, and I'm using my rear trolling motor in reverse. There's not much wind today to push this boat and slowly move the sluggo through the water. The idea is like a feather. And I'm getting set up to start coming into the weeds. I'm 20 feet of water right now, and that's way too deep for this time of the year in the water temp, but I want to eventually get into the right depth and turn the trolling motor off. I got a wind out of the southeast pushing into this northwest shoreline spawn area. We get set up. All this really is watching the rod tip, or if I do hold the rod with my hand, put a finger on the braided line, because these bass aren't really shy about a sluggo that's like a feather floating by. They'll hit it and you'll know it. And there really is no presentation other than using your boat to drift this sluggo. Slow, deep, and naturally. The only time I really will use the rod is when the sluggo hangs up on weeds, and that's to gently nudge it through. And usually that's when a bass will hit, when the sluggo comes off a weed. Now we're starting to come in a little bit closer. This is 15 feet. And I hope to get this boat broadside into the wind and just let it drift naturally and let the wind take the boat, to where the bass are concentrated by the effects of the wind. Something a lot of guys don't realize: if you let your boat just drift with the wind, it will take you to the fish if you're in the general right area. And I'm a firm believer in that. And it's using your boat to present the lure. About 12 feet of water. And I'm make a long cast out and let this Sluggo sink and hopefully get a bass here for you.